Children get older, I'm getting older too.
So I'm Michelle. Okay, I'm Aram.
I'm Sam.
I'm Rashida. I'm Cal.
I'm Leo.
I'm Alex.
I'm Julian.
And I'm Eric.
Concord Floral is sort of based on an abandoned greenhouse in Vaughan that was there, and we thought it was there until we got there to do a photo shoot, and we found out it was actually in the process of being torn down, as you can see on the slideshow. So it was just rubble everywhere.
Yeah.
And
yeah, our director actually, he first came out. We were picking the burrs out of my hair, as you saw in the previous video, and then after he actually just comes, and you can actually see in the video, you can actually see camera on him, and then he's like, Concord Floral's been torn down, and yeah, we all raced toward to see it, and yeah, but we made do with that.
We used a tree instead.
So what was the premise of it being used as the site of the project in the first place, before we knew it was torn down? Why were we using Concord Floral?
I guess it was a place for teenagers to go to where they weren't limited by any sort of rules or expectations, and kind of to escape, I guess, the humdrum existence of everyday life.
In some ways, it could be considered a teenage utopia.
Yeah.
Aside from all, as the play shows, the teenage emotion, angst filtered through it at the same time.
Yeah, I guess the greenhouse was, it was abandoned for pretty much years, a while, and but I think we use it because well, it's big. It's a big open place, that people can just teenagers can go to, just let loose. Julian said, have no worries about society, no worries about any expectation from your family, from your friends, whatever. You just go there, you let loose.
yeah, and we also played on the fact that that was the only place they had to go, because it was basically based on suburbia, and really there were only malls and plazas. So this was an abandoned greenhouse that they had to go to, and they were sort of shuffled out of their community. This was the only place that was free and not built for them to go to on purpose.
Yeah, it's kind of it's their only place that's not built by adults for them. It's they built it this home for themselves. It's not a mall or a movie theater where it's built for adults so they can kind of control maybe the teenage atmosphere. Here it's they kind of do whatever they choose to do
Yeah, and Jordan took inspiration from a 14th century medieval allegory by Giovanni Boccacio, and basically the story is to flee from the Black Plague that was going on in Europe. I think 10 women and 10 young five young men, 5 young women fled from a city in Italy to a villa in the countryside where no one lived. And basically that's the same premise of Concord Floral, this abandoned greenhouse in Vaughan, fleeing suburbia to this place again where they create for themselves.
It was a very visceral piece, so there was the acting, and then we had slideshows, and we also had costume pieces. So it was very three-dimensional.
And a lot of music.
Yes.
So in the video clip, it looked like the audience was all around you, right?
Yeah.
So how was it working with blocking, knowing that the audience, not everybody could see?
Good question. Whenever the focus was on something, I think we tried to make it center stage, kind of on the middle of that catwalk that came out, and everything else, we used the rest of the space for things that weren't necessary.
Yeah, and we knew that some people wouldn't see some of the actions, but they might see another action that was happening later on, with another person or something.
Yeah, so basically we blocked everything in the sense that some people will see certain aspects of it, but some people won't. But pretty much everyone will have pretty much equal.
Maybe that's a question that you might, if you have something you'd like to say in answer to that, and in terms of being maybe seated in a position where you couldn't see everything that was going on. Did you feel what was your question again, Tia?
Just how was it seeing the performance? Did you understand what went on?
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it. It was, I mean, it was interesting because we sat, you know, you choose your seat, right? Okay, what's the best seat we're going to get? So I chose one, and then like they come out and their backs to you, and I'm going, oh, right, wrong seat. But as it turned out, they went back and forth and sideways and right. So it was good. It was very close. It was very nice. It was very intimate.
I would just wonder how these youngsters, through this whole experience, if it changed their own perspectives on your own, you know, on your own going through the phases of being a teen into adulthood and going through something like this. I wonder, now that you've come kind of to the end of the project, how do you feel any differently after coming out of it? Or did you learn anything? Or did it put a new spin on things? Or just curiosity?
I think being a teen is still a pain in the arse, but a beautiful one. And I think that there's a lot of great experiences and opportunities, and basically you don't know what's coming. And I think that's the most exciting part, and definitely something to be optimistic about.
Beautiful, mysterious pain. A beautiful, mysterious pain.
A beautiful, mysterious pain?
Yeah.
Teenagerhood. To be honest, the process isn't over. We still have a long way to go with it. Hopefully it'll be better than this one. I'm not sure if we can top it though. But I don't think it really changed much. It helped understand sort of what society thinks and its views.
Being with like teenagers and working with us, it's cool to like hear everyone else's like stories, even just like about your day and stuff. It gives you a good insight of what's going on with everyone, and I don't know, it changes in that sense.
Because we have a sort of a ritual of every time we meet, we have a check-in to just sort of say something about what, and you know, these guys, Greta knows this and Benil knows this from the other group too. We just sort of, and Sarah, KG, Richard. Did I miss anybody now? Oh, Lan, I didn't see you. Benil's hand is covering you.
Not that big.
We have a kind of ritual of just sort of saying what's present in your mind right now before we start. So what happened in your day so far, or what you're thinking about, or how you felt about the last rehearsal, or whatever it is. So just you get into the habit of hearing what's going on for other people. And I remember when we met in spring training, so before the Concord Floral process, somebody said, I think it was Sam, just about, she was telling us a story and she said something about, well, it's great that I can tell you guys this because now you go to my school.
Oh, yeah.
So there's kind of a bit of a space of, I don't have to worry about, I can just tell you what I think and don't have to worry about like seeing you at school tomorrow and everybody knows what I thought today.
Well, what I've studied so far in school is more about Shakespeare and monologues and basic things. This was more interesting because it was mixed. Because there was the projection, then as they said, it was a music theme this year. So we had to incorporate lots of different things. It wasn't a musical, but we still had to incorporate it. And I thought that was really interesting, the way we had to use it, and that they could help our piece a lot.
Oh, the shipment. The shipment. So it was about just stereotypes and how we perceive, I guess, like you have to fit, like if you're white, you have to fit, I don't know how to say it, like I guess upper standing class, and if you're black, you sort of have to be like joking or poor. And it was just about eliminating the stereotypes. And then at the end of that, we did a talk back, which is like what we're doing now. So I think all of, like, for everything that we experienced throughout the whole process, we tried to bring it here.
As I said before, this was my first theater experience, and my teacher actually told me about spring training, and I wanted to get into it. And I emailed Erin, and that's how I got in. So I wasn't really prepared as to what it was. I just came for the first rehearsal, and honestly, it was easier than I expected it to be, but at the same time, it was still kind of stressful, kind of juggling, because I live in Markham, coming down back and forth, so it's a little expensive and stuff, but I mean, it was fun. I really loved it, and I guess it kind of solidified my ideas on like going into theater for real. And yeah.
So what's the next step for the cast of Concord
Party.
It's not mine. It's Aaron's.
Let's everybody take one chair with them outside.
Great, fantastic, amazing. Oh my god. Ooh.
I look good, huh?
Well, they're in here. You might as well take the white ones that are in here, or any chairs that are in here that you want. And we'll just take them. You don't have to film me anymore.
No, I'm just trying to, you know how we do it.
We can just take them down the side door here.
Why are you still recording?
I don't know. I love it. Oh my gosh. Look who's here. Oh, there's going to be a lot of Photoshop and editing here.
Hey, how was
You're supposed to hold the camera.
No, well, I didn't talk.
Oh, you dished the camera. Now you better say something good to the camera.
Just because. Yes, let's go. We're like going. And we have some business to do.
Oh, we have some serious business to do. Right? It's on tape, you know that?
At Tarragon, we're really happy and feel it's really important to provide this free programming to create a place for experimentation for the next bunch of theater makers and goers.